You're now listening to Northview Royals.
Three, two, one.
We're on. We're on. I mean, it's not going to be pretty,
Hey man,
but we're on.
how are you?
I feel like the world is against me at the moment, but I'm alive and breathing.
Yeah, you definitely struggle with things, don't you?
I mean, like, the whole moving house thing has really been a whole lot of fuckery.
Well, you're in the house though. You got your studio.
Like I'm not actually, yeah, like, you can't see what they can see.
I can see a nice
What?
45 degree white wall back there. I mean, it's clean, definitely clean.
A nice white wall, whereas the fellow companions can see I've got the sign up.
Yeah.
It's not mounted on the wall. It's currently stood up on a guitar stand.
Yep, nice.
There's a big set of shelves on over here. It's got little bits of memorabilia. So it's got the shirt with your face hanging on it.
Did you make two? You should have made two of them. And then
I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can ring old fucking Barry down at the print shop and get a few made up.
Get a few made up. Limited edition.
But then I actually bought another set of shelves today, like identical, that'll go over here.
Nice.
So it's going to look real symmetrical. Like it's actually sort of sad. Like I've got your microphone set up. I got you a chair. Like I think I'm going to get like a sex doll, but put your face on it and just have you sit there so you can be closer to me. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like we could just pay for one to look like me.
Like with the tight butthole as well.
Exactly, because I have one of those.
The tight bucky buck. Nah, man, things have been. I mean, like the move was fucked. I hate moving. Absolutely hate it. And then get this. This is a true story. Couldn't make it up if I tried. So I had current internet.
Yep.
In the apartment that I was in. Called them up. Literally moving kilometre, maybe 2 down the road.
Yep.
Hey, bruh, do you mind if I just transfer the address to the new place? I kid you not. Don't know what his name was. I'm going to say it was Sebastian. Sebastian tried to tell me that I could not get internet at my new address. Go on. And he goes, because it's in the transition phase of NBN, it doesn't have NBN yet, none of the providers will hook up the internet. I was like, so you're telling me, excuse me, Sebastian, what year is it?
Yeah, sure.
I was 2020. Okay. Do you know that we're planning to send people to fucking Mars and you're telling me that I can't get internet in an inner city suburb of Brisbane?
I had that when we moved back in this place. Tried to hook up the internet and I rang Telstra up and I'm like, can you come around and sort it or can you just hook it up? This is my address. Oh, your address isn't on the system. I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. They're like, yeah, we don't actually think we can give you internet. I was like, that's weird because I'm looking at a Telstra port. It literally says Telstra on it. And they're like, oh, we're going to send someone out, but if they have to put a cable in, it's going to cost you $180. I was like, I guarantee you they're not going to have to put a cable in. And they come out and they're like, oh, yeah, no, you can't have NBN, but you can have ADSL 2 or whatever. I was like, cool. Give me the internet.
So that was the argument I had. I was like, I don't give a fuck if it's NBN or ABC or fucking anywhere in between. It's 2020. I'm getting the internet.
Give me some interwebs, man. What the fuck?
And that's where I sort of said to him, I was like, so just to clarify, you're telling me that my new address isn't on NBN yet, so I can't get the internet. And he goes, yeah, I believe so. Do you think that people would live there? So you're telling me that the whole street and surrounding suburb has no internet? I'm going to sit here for a second, Sebastian, and let you digest that in your brain and then come back to me. I'll be here. I'll be waiting.
He's like, let me see what I can do. Yeah, I'm going to let you see what you can do, Sebastian.
So I essentially changed provider.
What?
He told me he couldn't give me internet.
Who are you with?
I was with some bootleg company, but now I've gone with Telstra. But obviously because, again, the fuckery continued. The people that moved out of the place didn't turn off their internet,
Right.
but they took their box with them. So you have to send your provider proof of occupancy, otherwise they don't have the authority to turn off all the
Yeah.
internet. So yeah, it's just been a real fucking whirlwind.
Fuck
It's-
that.
But we survived. We survived the Rona. We're back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tri-
I guess we are.
Trimmed a bit of fat
Trimmed
in
a
the
bit fat.
meantime. But yeah, I went to the normal gym today.
Oh yeah. How was it?
Yeah, normal.
Normal.
I mean, all the barriers were down. Didn't really seem like anyone gave a fuck.
Yeah. People haven't given a fuck for weeks.
I actually had a really funny conversation with the guy on the counter who I've never met before.
Yeah.
He's a really friendly guy. Because they go, oh,
Did he
look,
say-
as you,
Has he seen your grinder profile? Is that why you're so friendly?
I mean, possibly. Possibly. He was asking me real strange questions like my address and how many bedrooms and stuff like that. But it started because they're doing like a COVID register. Like if you go in, you gotta so they can contact you or whatever. And because I've had a membership there for 7-8 years or whatever. You go, oh, yeah, what's the email address? And I was like, oh fuck, it's probably not my current one. It's probably my old one.
Oh, here we go.
You know when you make the like back in the Hotmail days and shit.
Yeah.
So we had this really funny conversation about you can never escape the first email address that you made. Like, I don't even-
I remember what your one was,
But see, like I don't back
but
in
I
back,
also remember what my one was.
yeah, like fucking Mad Dog Sexy Boy 69 or something. But
Nah,
like
mine was Surfy_dude_7. Legit.
actually, yeah, fair chat. But I don't like when they first did that. I don't even think there was the option to delete your current one and make a new one.
Yeah.
So so everyone's still got like whether you use it or not, it still exists. So we had a big conversation about that, and then he somehow got onto the fact that he made his back when he was sort of like an emo
Yeah.
and
Right.
listened to heavy music. Would not have guessed. Like I understand that there's a lot going on in the world at the moment,
Yep.
but he is darker skinned with dreadlocks and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, I used to listen to heavy music and stuff like that. Started talking about, he's like, I don't know if you know him, but like I killed the prom queen and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? Really threw me for 6, you know?
Yep. What was your
so
one?
yeah.
What was your one again?
Let me, all I will tell you is that it had an underscore in it and it had my birth year as the end of it. So anything in between becomes null and void after that.
Man, that just did some real damage on MSN. That was definitely a go-to. Remember the hip top slide had MSN and MySpace on it. Oh,
I actually saw a thing coming out yesterday. I wasn't aware of this because I'm not really up to speed on MySpace, but apparently, you know how on MySpace they did the like all the bands that are probably big now would have used MySpace to release their early EP songs and stuff like that.
yeah.
So apparently they did something on MySpace and like 50 million songs got deleted.
Yep.
And
Oh, I
essentially
did see that.
yeah, and essentially some of them were the files of the first songs that certain bands sing, but they've done some hacking and they've found half the songs.
Oh wow.
So now they're somehow getting in touch with the artists and being like, hey, do you want these songs that you released fucking 15 years ago?
That's crazy. There's so many good bands that like found on MySpace, especially with that sort of emo. Like, do you remember when like Craig Mabbitt was out of Bless the Fall and the first thing that came out was The Word Alive, but it was all on like MySpace? It was like,
Yeah.
what is this?
But then you'd spend like, they had those sites where you could go and get the codes to edit your background
Oh yes.
and change the colors and the layouts and all that sort of shit. And fuck, you'd sit there for 4 hours deciding which song to put on your MySpace because that's what people are going to judge you on, you know? Like, I don't want to...
Same with MSN. Is listening to like had that plan as well with the 600 character fucking name.
Yeah.
That was
Fuck,
the shit.
good times.
What else
yeah,
we going
man.
on, man?
Oh, it's still cold. Still cold. So it got down to 9 degrees the other night. So I don't know how good your maths is, Damon, but that's about fucking 9 degrees away from Elsa singing "Let It Go" in my lounge room.
It was 7 out at work the other morning. That was pretty fun.
So, dun, 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 dun. You're just driving around like, what's that noise? Let it go, let it go. But yeah, no, it's fucking horrific. I hate the cold, man. Literally the other night I slept in trackies, a skivvy, socks, a sheet, 2 blankets and a throw.
Are you a fucking lizard?
Lad, I'm wearing slippers right now. and I'm super flexy too because of my yoga challenge. So
Yeah,
I can see them, but
nice.
I've got some fucking slippers on.
Fuck. Yeah, man. I've been fucking. I did my week out at work. I was fucking driving a dozer and shit. That was pretty cool. Then I come straight in, did 2 days plastering, cash job. Had Hunter as my TA because it's school holidays, which was fun and frustrating.
What'd you pay me in V-Bucks?
No. So what about Mrs. goes? Oh, you'll be able to pay him like $9 an hour. I was like, $9 a fucking hour. That was more than I got as an apprentice.
100%. What the fuck? I didn't get
Yeah.
$9 an hour. I didn't get $9 an hour for painting your dad's fence.
I said I'd give him $15 a day flat rate. And but no, he wanted.
And I'll buy him lunch. Count
Yeah.
yourself lucky.
Yeah, no, he wanted a fish tank, so we went and got a fish tank. That's what he wanted with his.
Oh,
with his earnings.
what sort of fish?
We haven't got them yet. We got to fill the tank up and get all the water all sorted and that. But
Get him an axolotl.
oh, they fucking creepy looking, man. They look like you when you're fucking drunk.
But like you like take him out, put him on a leash. It's like having a dog that lives in water.
Nah, I'm good, bro. And then I had yesterday off with him, just doing nothing. And then today I was cutting cane with the father-in-law.
Yeah, I saw that. The only reason you wouldn't want an axolotl, bud, is because it looks like a fucking penis fish.
Exactly.
People come around and be like, "Oh, you got a dick in a tank."
Yeah. Is it okay for kids to handle?
Shh, of course it is. How'd you go cutting cane?
Yeah, good man. 31 bins. And then the harvester fucking blew a hose, so then me and my father-in-law are in and around fucking trying to get all the shit covered in shit. So it's good fun.
Fucking. But you remember the other week you were asking me about doing manly shit?
Yeah, oh yeah, that was
Doesn't get too much more manly than cutting cane
Nah.
and fixing fucking hydraulic hoses.
6 hours alongside my father-in-law in on the tractor, looking up, being like, we're doing the land, brother. We're doing this. Yeah,
It's good to have land.
Your daughter chose right. Your daughter chose right.
Yeah. And then there's a snake, and you're like, oh my god, there's a snake.
Oh, there's plenty of fucking like bandicoots and shit running around. You're just like, sorry.
There's been heaps going on actually. To be honest, yeah, I don't know if you watched it, but fucking, I'm calling the UFC fight on the weekend, Hooker Poirier.
Oh,
Did you watch it or any of the highlights?
no, I've seen the highlights.
Mate, those two boys beat the fucking COVID out of each other for 25 rounds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I reckon like it's in contender for fight of the year. Mate, it's probably one of the best fights of all time, to be honest.
It was really
But-
good.
But Fight Island's on the horizon.
Oh, that'd be
It's
pretty cool.
they're releasing pictures of it. It's literally like an octagon on the beach.
That's what I mean, just on the bit. Like I've seen what like the picture of them like setting up and shit, and being like, there's like still sand on it and shit. I'm like, someone's gonna sweep that, man. We're gonna have someone on a broom
Yeah.
constantly.
Or they just go old school, like fucking Colosseum style, like
Or just
like flick the sand in their
ju-
eyes.
just throw a bit of rope on the sand in a circle.
Yeah, fuck, I'm all about it.
Fuck
All
yeah.
about it. But actually, this is like confidential story. I had to share it on here because I feel people need to know. I can't mention names, and it's sort of not funny, but it sort of is. It's been a long time since I've cried from laughter, but there was definitely a situation where someone that I know, I'm not going to say how I know them, has a problem at the moment where when he ejaculates, he's in like sustained pain for 20 minutes following.
What the
So
fuck?
there's the moment of euphoria, like pew pew, and then literally like crippling pain, where he's got to lay still for like 20 minutes until
That
until
does
the pay
not
goes
sound
through.
right, man.
Oh, you can imagine the jokes that have been flying around since that's come out around like it was like a few of us that know him literally like forced him to book a doctor's appointment. Be like, bro, you got to go get that shit checked.
What the fuck?
What? You don't cry from you don't cry from pain whenever you blow a load?
I'm
I
crying.
cry-
I'm crying tears, tears at the tip
Yeah.
of my penis. It's a come for help.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine. Like, imagine that. Like, your missus just comes in hot and heavy, grabs you on the dick. Get the fuck away from me.
No playtime. No playtime.
Yeah. Man, it's got to be bad. Like, we've known a few boys that have snapped their banjos.
Oh yeah.
Snapped their banjos while playing the encore.
Yeah.
If you know what that means. If not, look up what the banjo string is. But yeah, fuck. I'm concerned. I actually really care for this guy, and I'm a little bit concerned. But he probably just had to go get the old rubber glove treatment from the doc. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well,
What are you drinking? Still getting through that
Oh.
bottle?
it's just about done.
Yeah, nice.
But I figured like, because I've dropped a bit of cash the last week just on stuff for the house and setting this place up properly. I figured like once everything's set up, it's time like I'll reward myself again. But so I'd imagine next episode there'll be a different bottle there. But mate, any little fanatics out there, that's highly recommend. I'll put that as one of the best consistent drops I've had in my life. I reckon.
You've taken 6 weeks to fucking drink it.
Yeah, I'm savouring the taste. It's the Glenfiddich Small Batch Reserve. If you're in for it, brush your teeth with it. Fucking use it as lube and shit. It's fucking the way to go.
Righto, we're gonna do these challenges. I'm just
Oh, wait.
I'm just looking at you curled in a ball on my computer screen.
Do you want to go first then?
Alright, I'll go first. I'm pretty keen on this.
Namaste, Damon.
I must say.
You asked for hot yoga, so here we go.
Look at the guy. Yes, that's good, man. Well played. Well, how to do it, man? That's tough condition. Is that just the hot light just directly on you?
Yeah, bros. I had the hot lamp on. I had the heater in the house on maximum. And then I had, I don't know if you can see, I had socks, trackies,
Yep.
a skivvy, a jumper,
Just a wink.
and under the jumper I've got a scarf wrapped all up around my head and neck as well.
Yeah. How'd it feel?
Hot.
Yeah, but body what? How'd your body feel?
Oh, but what? During, after, now?
Okay, before how'd it feel? You said you were pretty stiff naturally.
you're
The bend.
you're about to see some true flexibility, brother.
How much does it hurt the balls of your feet? Oh, like gripping and shit.
I don't know. I have my fluoro pink yoga mat to prevent that.
Eagle pose. Screaming eagle.
This is gonna blow your mind.
It's gonna blow you.
You know you're in some trouble when you can't even do the hand pose. Nevertheless, the fucking
Oh man. Yes. Why is your body moving like that?
I was in some real trouble. Like,
Oh, fuck. I'm actually crying. This is so funny. Oh, if it makes you feel better, I've done a couple of these classes and they're like in the room and it's like you're dripping sweat and you're just like, why is this even working? I took the TV out.
Your knees. If you have any pain in the knees, you're gonna
We
stay
don't look
lifted.
like that.
We don't. And stay here, just laying at the legs. Pull up through the thighs.
like I could have gone for like the intermediate one, and I was like, nah, fuck this. I'm going for I want the Lotus, the Screaming Eagle, the fucking Donkey Kong, whatever the fuck they call these moves given to me.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Fuck, the hammies would have been hurting.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I was in some real trouble.
That's so awkward. Watch the TV.
Come down until you look like this letters. Pick this up. Bring the left hip down. Stretch forward.
They honestly, they make it look so easy.
So it's fucking ridiculous.
And-
Even when
and
you're
they
doing
make-
you're doing the class and you're like sitting there and you like look around and you're like, okay, you're all bending over there. You're over there. Oh, the 50-year-old guy. Cool. Yeah, you're doing it too.
I don't bend that way.
That one hurt. That one hurts. That to the side one. And,
Oh, just see, like, see if you take a snapshot of that. I pulled that shit off. All the other stuff, but I mean, fuck.
Sit down into those skin. Heel underneath the center of your hips. Walk your hands to the side.
Do what she's doing.
what is he doing?
Mate, if you took a few still shots from that, I'd probably look like fucking Stephen Hawkins on the dance floor.
That's funny.
Breathing feels okay. Slowly.
Everything feels fine, lady.
Were you sweating?
Just when you thought we were done, we're gonna do.
Oh, you don't. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look. I can see a little fucking like juke coming down, but
It was all like toasted up.
Oh.
You see when I took it, I reckon I could have wrung it. I reckon I could have wrung the skivvy out. I thought I was doing it. I was like, bro, I'm all over this.
that's like me when I think I'm like going for a dunk at the basketball court. And I'm fucking so close, bro. You're jumping like this high.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's too funny. Fuck. Okay, so how'd you feel like before it?
And I must stay
Oh.
the fuck away from me.
So
man.
there,
I'll never
there's a
run
little
shit
bit of a
again.
backstory
Oh.
where
Look how sweaty you are.
Oh, challenge done. Pretty successfully, I would say. I'm gonna tick that off as a pass. See you next
Definitely a pass. I'll give that a pass for sure, bro. That was sick.
so I sort of like I sort of feel a little bit bad. Like there's a little bit of a backstory.
Yeah.
I definitely I found a friend of ours or myself and my sister who I grew up with and I'm really good mates with her partner and she actually sent me a link to dial into one of her power yoga classes.
Yep.
But because of this whole fucking internet situation, I woke up at 6 this morning and none of my devices would accept hotspot or anything. So I missed the class. I felt real bad. So I just had to run some YouTube video. But
Still, you did well. You did well
Yeah.
with what you had, man.
I definitely, I don't know if I would do the hot thing again, but I guess you can sort of understand
Oh yeah, man. Fuck
like
yeah.
why people do it. But
It's good. Like it's good. Those like 5:30, 6 a.m. ones are good to like get your day started, especially in winter. Like because you come out fresh as fuck, nice and warm.
yeah, fuck man, like the flex, the flexibility. But like I understand that I'm not a very flexible person. I get that. But even when she started pulling out the fucking angry pirate or whatever the fuck she called that fucking thing, I was like, nah, there's no way that I can physically do that. But it was good, really good. I actually I sort of want to, now that things are opening up again,
Yep.
I sort of want to revisit that challenge.
Yeah, cool.
But go to the hot yoga studio and shit like
Maybe when I come down or something, or if you come up here, we'll go do one together.
that. Lifetime bands.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Righty, let's see what you've got. You what was it? The skin fade, wasn't it? The
Yeah.
skin fade.
Yeah. I've had no time to do it. So we did it last night with the young fella. It's not a skin fade because I didn't want to butcher his. I just wasn't going to do it to him. He's 11 and all about girls and stuff at the moment. So I
Is
did.
it? The question is he talking to you today?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, just watch it. You'll see it. You'll see it.
Righto, here we go.
Brother, you gonna do a sick haircut?
Ooh, repping the cutters too.
Gang signs? Oh yeah. Righto. We got a little honey bear here. Let's give this bad boy a fade. Right, I'm just gonna need you.
Oh, he looks super nervous. Oh, have you got the little brush as well?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, smart kid. Nothing worse than when you were young. You used to get the little fucking hairs in your eyes.
Oh, no. It gets so much worse, man. Because he like kept trying to move the towel and then eventually just drops the towel and it just goes bad.
Oh, fuck. He's nice and rough with his neck.
He's right.
Tilt your head, bruh.
Yeah. He needs to do some hot yoga with that neck.
Get your fucking chin on your chest. Get your fucking chin on your chest.
Back with a 2.
Fuck, you look like...
Head up. Good test.
Get your fucking head up, kid.
Yeah, so he just started going all over his body, and just kids, man. They just had to get in the shower. So probably 3/4 of it, it's decent. Like both the sides are good. Just at the back, I just needed to hit a couple more times, but he just.
Is it bad enough that you've got to go get someone to fix it up?
No, actually, he cut his hair the other day on his own. He just did something, and he was like, he got something. He's like, so he cut it. So he cut this big chunk out the front. So I had to like try and push it forward and cut bits off it and make it look right. So then when I did this on it, it actually made the haircut look pretty decent. So he was happy. But it was just the as you're doing it, it just if I had one of those like the sheets that the barbers use,
Yeah.
where it just sort of falls on him. But because he had a towel, he was getting hot, and then he took the towel off, and then it was all on him, and he was getting itchy. So it was tough, especially you imagine doing like a haircut on a kid, like it's.
Yeah.
But
I like you had the old wrist flick going, but
yeah, bro.
mate, I remember there was one night. It wasn't too long ago. Fuck, it might have been like 18 months ago. A couple of boys, like you know them as well, we were all on the charge real hard. It was a Sunday, and it was the old like, oh, okay, I'll give you a haircut, and then you give it and doing that. Nah, bro, no, you got to get the fucking wrist flick going, and it was fucking woeful. Like they had to take him into a barbershop the next day, and the lad even lost it. It was just
I watched a really good YouTube video of it's just a fade. It's not a skin fade or anything, but fuck, I was just like sweet, you can see on that side like it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm impressed. I actually thought it would have been a fucking shit show. So
I didn't do it. You know how you see them all and they just line it and they just go zero straight line and then you got to fade from there. I was like, nah, I got to play it safe a bit with the young fella. Because if he didn't let me, I actually asked my sister's boyfriend if he'd let me do it, and he goes, oh, I don't know, man. You're gonna get rid of the best skullet going right now. And I was like, sorry, don't worry about it. I'll do it on my fucking self.
Good. I feel like these are I feel like the challenge idea has been an absolute fucking hit. And I'm excited to see where it goes next.
Alright, you go first?
Yeah. Actually, no, you go first. You watch my video first.
Alright, too easy. Your one is to me it's funny, but it's nothing bad or anything. But when we were younger, you guys always used to make fun of like my music taste or like just what I drew inspiration from and shit when we were writing music and stuff. So I want you to set aside some time this week, whenever you can, and I want you to watch the U2 Innocence and Experience live in Paris in its full on the big TV. Watch it, and then I want you to pick one of the songs and try and learn it on guitar for me. Your favourite song off that live set. And you can't just be like, oh, I just picked one off it. I want you to really watch it, and then I want you to come back to me and say, you know what, maybe I could see it. Maybe I could feel it, what you're going with, what you always bought into when you were a bit younger.
What's the band called? Fucking W4 or something.
You too, brother.
You too. Oh, they're them little fucking pirating cunts that put their album on my iTunes without me asking.
No pirating, brother. They just gave you a freebie.
I definitely deleted it last week or something. So, okay. So I've got to watch the YouTube. YouTube? U2. What is it?
Live. It's a live show, but it's the one in 2016 in Paris. I'll send it to you.
You could have at least got me to watch like the Avenged Sevenfold live in the LBC or something.
No, bro. You gotta. This is the challenge because it's a challenge for you. You gotta do it.
Fuck. How long does it go for?
Let me put it this way: there's 30 songs.
So, I would have been better off watching the Titanic.
No.
I'm guessing 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5, maybe 3, maybe 6. I don't know.
How good's that going to be? The first thing Cam has to do when he finally gets internet is watch some fucking documentary about fucking Bono and his boy band.
It's a fucking live show, bro. And I want you to try and learn a song on guitar that, like your favourite one off the live show.
Right, yeah. So just to clarify with everyone who doesn't know, I was the drummer of the band. Through years of being in a band, you sort of learn the minimalist style of playing guitar. So I can play a little bit enough to probably try and learn a song.
Even if it's just the chords, or even if it's just maybe one of the main riffs. It doesn't have to be the whole song.
What's one of their best songs, like With Arms Wide Open or something like that?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Pretty sure we used to jam some Creed fucking song. Higher.
No, I actually thought it was great. I just thought, remember that last time we got in the studio together? Was it live?
Oh, with Dolphins Cry.
Those videos of the lightning.
Righto, what do you got for me?
Lightning crashes.
Are you gonna give me something that I'm maybe good at, or
No.
not.
So I had two. I've got two, and neither of them are like fucked. I feel like they're good challenges. But seeing that you've gone with a music thing,
Okay.
I will also go with the music thing, and we'll sort of go head to head. So I want to sort of discuss what I mean by this, but what I want you to do, I'm not going to pick one for you, but I want you to pick a song or a pop song or film clip. It can be from the current or like back in the 90s or whatever. In my head, I'm thinking like a Britney Spears or something like that.
Yeah.
And I want you to learn the full dance routine.
Okay. Yeah.
To like a pop film clip, and then perform it with the film clip.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's tough.
Yeah, so I think we've all fucked around with stuff like NSYNC and stuff before, and they're not really that high caliber dancers. Whereas but
Britney, have you seen her this week?
That's what.
Holy
that is exactly
shit. Hi guys, so I'm back in my studio, my gym that I burnt down.
What's she?
Is she on crack? Yeah, 100%.
I don't know what dance thing she's reciting in that video, or the one that I saw, but that's exactly what I'm thinking. Whether it's like "Hit Me Baby One More Time" or fucking "Dirty" by Christina Aguilera or something.
The freestyle.
Yeah,
I'm just feeling my body. I'm just feeling my body. What the fuck? Oh man.
So yeah, pick one, whoever it is. So like I would like for you to avoid a boy band and pick a solo artist like a Britney or a Christina.
It has to be a girl again.
If you do the dance, learn it, that's a check. If you try and mimic their outfit, that's a bonus point. So if you feel like dressing up like a schoolgirl with ponytails and doing "Hit Me Baby One More Time," or Christina Aguilera wearing the arseless chaps, and
is this just you trying to go as far as you can to get me to put makeup on, to wear clothes, chicks' clothes? Do you just want me to look like a girl or something?
Listen. I separated 3 vertebrae in my back today trying to do some fucking yoga pose known as the Screaming Eagle.
I wish there was a couple of guys there for you to try that with.
So we got. I gotta punish myself and watch this YouTube fucking true crimes documentary or something. Pick a song and learn it on guitar.
Yep.
Just guitar. I don't have to sing that shit, eh?
No. I mean, if you want to get into it, you can. You never know. It might strike you and you're like, I'm a fan.
Next episode I'll come in wearing some Bonos.
I'm a fan. You got me.
Yeah, wearing like a U2 to a tribute shirt from that concert.
Yeah, man. They still sell them. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, oh man, I don't know. I picked this up from the op shop down the road for $5. Fucking winner.
Yeah, nice.
Good. I like it. So we got the U2 documentary, learn a song guitar, and you got to go back to the pop days and do a full dance routine. Costume is bonus points.
Fuck. Yeah, right. Fuck me.
Test yourself.
Yeah, you realise that it's going to really start to come back around soon. Just remember that.
No. I did this as a positive thing. I remember there was a couple of those parties out in the sticks where we used to drink cruises and we used to play a little bit of pass the hat on the dance floor a little bit. Like, I reckon you got a little bit of...
I know exactly where you're fucking talking about right now, and it's the Serena range.
And we nearly died on the way home in the car. But yeah, I reckon you got a little bit of pop locking and dropping in those old bones, brother.
Alright. Fucking hell. Alright. It's your round for question time. What do you got for me?
Yeah. This isn't really like a... I feel like you would have thought about this at one point in your life, but I just thought a pretty interesting question would be, obviously when, like when kids are kids, they want to be astronauts or firefighters or whatever the fuck it is. If you had to choose one...
I want to be Cowboys from Oakland. We can't do all that, can we?
I want to be Magic Mike.
Yeah.
If you could choose one occupation that you either would... like your dream occupation that you wanted to become when you were a kid, or if you had to choose one occupation to be for the rest of your life, what would it be? One, I guess it's probably a two-pronged question. What did you want to be when you were a kid? And now knowing what you know, what would you choose to be moving forward?
When I was a kid, up until probably 18ish, I definitely thought footy was at least a thought. And I got kind of close, and then when we were doing music, that definitely became sort of one that was pretty passionate with as well. So yeah, either one of those two. In terms of now, money isn't like it pays like what
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's probably one of those things where, like, take the money out of it.
Okay, so say you won 20 grand for the rest of your life every month, that set for life thing, and you can just go work whatever you want. And
yeah, but the fine print was that you still had to hold down a job.
Yeah.
What would that occupation be?
I'd probably... I know that sounds stupid, but I'd probably... I'd probably design and sort of build houses, like not as a builder, but like as a...
Like an architect?
Yeah, not so much, like maybe just like a building company sort of thing that I oversee. So, I subby everything out, but I design it all and do that because I enjoy doing that sort of stuff. So I draw, drawing house plans and stuff, but if money was an option, that's sort of, I'd enjoy doing something like that.
Yeah, wow. Interesting answer.
Maybe it's because I've put so much fucking effort into our house that we're trying to build that it's like, oh yeah, fuck, I'll be able to do this for sure. If I had money and all the money in the world, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
What about yourself? What about when you were younger?
I think when I was younger, probably similar to you. Actually, nah, I feel like probably not. I think we've spoken about this before. Like, I used to play fucking soccer until the cows came home. Like, but I don't think I ever really wanted to do it as a profession.
Yep.
Like I got that sick of it at a young age that it
Oh,
was
yeah.
never really something that I wanted to pursue. Like I think I even spoke to someone about this the other day. Like in the time that I was playing competitively in the local comp and the state comps and stuff like that, I didn't watch a World Cup that whole time because I just couldn't.
Yeah,
I
yep.
was so sick of it as a sport. It's only been the last probably 3 or 4 years that I've actually got back into the EPL, and now I'm mad about it again. I would say probably when I was a kid or younger, I was massive. I had a dirt bike and stuff like that, but I was huge into freestyle motocross.
Yep.
So I think if you would have asked me back then, I probably would have wanted to be like a Travis Pastrana or a Nate Adams, like a freestyle motocross rider.
Yep.
Or I was also massive into hot rods and cars and stuff like that. So I used to Dad used to buy me every month edition of Street Machine magazine. Yeah, and obviously being that Dad's a bit of a motorhead from way back, I think I was pretty big on hot rods and souping up cars and stuff like that. Not rice burners, but muscle cars and shit.
Jeez.
Sorry. But now, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Probably similar to you, man. We've had a taste of the music thing. And to be known for your music would be a pretty big thing. Although I think we know enough people in the industry to understand how much strain it puts on.
Oh yeah.
And like, we've had a taste of it as well through touring and stuff like that. It's a young man's game, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Like it's you really gotta give up a lot to do it, and it takes so long, and it's really on like a knife edge whether you do make it. It's either that you put the time in and you do the work and you get there, or you get lucky and a song just takes off. But yeah, sometimes it just you can put as much time as you want, and it just you just have a ceiling. It can be super disheartening too, like it's the craft of doing it. Like I always loved being in the studio recording. Like it was so much fun. Like some of the best times ever. But you can't have a stable job. You can't have really a second level of a relationship because like you're just not there, or you're just putting so much effort into something else that it's sort of one or the other. It gets very dicey.
And I think that's why I sort of like what we're doing at the moment with Changes. Little plug there. If you haven't listened, go check it out.
We have a band.
Yeah, we're actually in a band.
It's just me and him.
This whole thing is actually a PR stunt to get some traction with Change. No, but I think that's why I think we both sort of like what we're doing with Changes at the moment, is that we're doing shit in our own time. We're not committing to tours. We're not taking shows. But if someone came along and goes, hey, do you want to get a spot on this festival? Fucking hope. Let's go bang shit out on stage. You know what I mean? And I think it's probably similar to a lot of people where when they've got a passion and then they try and move on with life and they cut it off like cold turkey.
Yep.
And you go mad because that's your release. So I think, but I think if I had to choose now, based on what I know, I would probably say, I think it's sort of
hot yoga instructor.
Hot yoga instructor or topless bar guy.
Food dudes.
Like, no, I would say probably
a full-time job at the Wickham.
it was a bit of an idea when I was younger that I'd never sort of followed through with, but I wouldn't mind being a tattoo artist. But probably the biggest one would be to be a whiskey, own a whiskey brand, like a whiskey entrepreneur, similar to like how The Rock is with his tequila, and just go, look, this is. I'm not saying mine's better than his, but this is my brand, and I'm gonna travel around the world and sell you my whiskey, sort of thing.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah. Or I mean, we could probably join like the Rocky Horror Picture Show or someone.
With the fucking challenges you're giving me, I'm gonna be the fucking lead next week. Fucking hell.
I could see you doing that.
They did it at my one of the high schools I went to, grade 10. They had
Sorry,
like
what?
yeah, they had the Rocky Horror Picture Show as like the thing, and like it
Wait,
was like
are you
all-
talking about? Are you talking about like the rock pop mime?
I think they did. No, I think they just put it on. I think they just did a production at the school, but it had like a whole bunch of the footy.
I don't know
footy
what sort
guys
of
in it.
fucking homoerotic school you
Yeah.
went to, brother.
I wasn't in it. I was like, whoa.
Bullshit.
I was in the fucking bleachers, brother. I wanna know
What
part
were
of
you?
it.
What were you? The buffer out the back,
Yeah.
fucking rubbing up the tranny before he went on stage. Who's ready for the time? Who's ready for the time warp? Who's ready for the time
No
warp?
stage fright. No stage fright.
Oh fuck! How good's that?
If anyone can hear all the fucking noise in the back, my wife's having friends over as well.
Girls' day. Yeah, no, I think well, you've obviously got a little house party going on. But yeah, I'm also ducking out after this.
We
Now
go.
that the restrictions are up, there's a cocktail bar. Well, not a cocktail bar. It's actually a gin bar.
Okay.
So it's like a sort of, you would be familiar with them. You know, like the bars in New York and shit. Like, go knock on the red door
Oh, speakeasy.
3 times. Yeah, it's
We
it's
went
called
to-
Dutch. It's
Sorry.
called Dutch Courage.
Yeah, right, that's cool. We went to one in Auckland when we were there, and like you couldn't find it with like a map or anything. You just sort of it's just down these stairs and then like a wooden door and just.
Yeah,
they're
so
like,
I think
they're like, hand your keys in, and I was like, I haven't got any.
here's my dick, bud. Is this a glory hole? No, so there's another one in the valley that we've been to before. It's got a name. It's like something Avenue, but it's got an orange door, so everyone knows it as the Orange Door. But there's no one out the front, no signage or anything. You just sort of open the door and you're into this real dingy sort of place. I think this is a little bit more open and stuff, but it's a gin bar, so they've got other cocktails.
Yep.
But most of them are based around gin and stuff. Apparently, I think it's something to do with like the World War II or something like that was
Oh,
a
yeah,
big
cool.
thing.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna go cause a fuckery. Usually cause a bit of ruckus as per.
Yeah, nice.
And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 flat packs to do tomorrow.
Fuck that. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, you're telling me, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm rooted, man.
Well, what's happening? What's happening up there? Is the clubs and stuff open?
I think they're getting close. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't paid too much attention to it all, man. Until it sort of really gets up. Because what are you gonna do? Try and go, and then they've got a 50-person restriction, and it's fucking 18 to 23-year-olds have already booked it all out. So until things sort of get fully, then I'll worry about it. Then we got fucking house parties here, man. I don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, the drug dealers be going real hard in the paint this weekend, eh? Making up on all their lost fucking revenue.
So do you reckon they were losing revenue, or do you reckon all these people getting all this stimulus package, they're just like, let's get some stimulus package?
I think overall revenue probably not, but they may have had to have transitioned their avenue, like away from the old fucking home loans, away from the old fucking what do the kids call them these days? Dingers. Like no one wants to sit at home watching the U2 concert, fucking eating fucking pills, lad.
No, you should definitely have a fucking doobie before you do it.
bit of weed chocolate.
Bit of fucking Mickey D's courage.
Next thing, I'm having the time of my life.
Next
All
minute you're like, I get you too.
Yeah. Next thing, I'm naked watching a U2 concert.
I'm going to Joshua Tree. I'm doing it.
Yeah. Get me eBay. I need to buy one of their tribute shirts. Just crying. You'll check your socials like tomorrow morning, and at like 3 a.m. in the morning, like Cam's followed Bono, like Bono official.
That'd be too good. Just all the fucking U2 army accounts you like join.
But treating him like the
Messiah.
But the Insta boys like scroll back and like his first picture,
Oh.
or like pictures from like 3 years ago.
Or you just changed your fucking profile picture to you with some Bonos on.
You're an icon. You're a fucking icon.
Oh, that's
But yeah, exciting fucking times. Exciting times. Here, I'll give you a little sneak peek before we fucking duck off. So if I look over here,
Hey.
here we go. And then, hey, is that little fucking handsome devil, eh?
Hello, little Damon. How are you?
That's the old bed raider.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
So there's going to be one of them over here.
Yep.
And then we're going to be fucking away. All we need is for you to pop on down, bring the Rona down here, and let's rip and tear.
Fuck yeah. If only flights weren't ridiculous still.
Oh, jump in a car. It's only like 12 hours.
Fuck you. That's a big drive. That's a big drive.
We'll wait till there's a party night on at the fucking beat or something. You can wear that shirt and come on down.
Bro, this is not a shirt. Bro, what
Nah.
are you fucking talking shit? You fucking live and breathe fucking one company.
You got to rep your hood, bros. You got to rep your hood.
Hurry up and get me some free shorts.
Shout out M Nation. I got you some shorts and then I wore them. So there's that.
That's how that went, did it? I see how it is. I see how it is.
Anyway, let's fucking knock it and let's go get wild, eh?
Righto. Good to see ya.
You too. Have a good night.
Peace.
All right. See you later, eh?